Welcome to the raft, everyone. I am your friendly little otter, Oscar, and today I will be premiering my guide on how to play Kled in lane against many champions in League of Legends. To start, I do want to state that I am a challenger Kled, so my word should be seen as law, and no one else has the authority to speak on this other than me. While you might question some of my choices as insane, I must remind you that you are watching the first of, hopefully, many Kled montages, so insanity is a necessity. With that being said, sit back, drink some mushroom juice, and watch my adventures out on the rift.
Get ready for the next battle.
The common rune pages ensure Kled's early game victory, but I am built different. I need no assistance in my challenger gameplay, and I decided that if I'm going to ent, I'm going to invest in my future. Just adding an adequate name to our rune page, and now we're off to fight General Lizard Food. The first thing that goes through my mind is, I wonder what ability Darius leveled. All abilities he's leveled is going to be wrong because he's against me. Now, the first thing that we try to do is clear some waves and then surprisingly throw a Q at him. And miss. Then we realize that he upgraded his Q first, which is odd because that is the easiest ability to dodge when facing a Darius. I start performing a challenger strat called poking him down in lane because he is bound to his melee range as to where I am not. An early gank from my Wukong because he understands that I am the win condition of this match. And then you see Darius just barely make it out with a flash, but I, in my greatness, telegraph that perfectly. Now to get something to stop the bleeding. Back in lane, we attempt to do a little bit of a short trade, as I know I can count to 4 faster than he can count to 5. Silly Darius, math is not his strong suit. Dismounted, Kled becomes a ranged champion, and previously we learned that Darius is bound by limitations of his melee range. Try as he might, he cannot all in us as we continue to poke him down. We see that he's preparing to use his Q. Now, rule number 1 against the Darius is when he does his Q, we want to be on the inner circle of his swing. And we see Shyvana attempting to gank this losing lane. Now, rule number 1, and the one only mistake I made in this entire match, is never use Kled's ultimate to retreat. And that is why. Otter tip number 2. When fighting a Darius and you see him glow like he is right here, attempt to escape out of his melee range so he does not strike you with that and do an auto reset. Once he uses that ability, we attempt to do an all-in and throw our Q. After strategically missing our second Q, we attempt to dive him under tower, as a Kled does. Yeah, and attempt to get Skarl back. And then we do another Q. Eventually we get Skarl back and we do Kled's bread and butter. As they're low under tower, we ult under there for the kill. Easy. I see Darius about to Q and I dodge it. Successful. And then remembering to dodge his second Q, I do it successfully again. Despite my impeccable dodging skills, Darius still manages to get me low on health. But I will be reporting him for hacking later. Now we show Kled's stickiness, as we all end the Darius for another kill. No surprise here. As we secure the first tower, we decide to try to attempt to push lane. And then it must be Halloween somewhere because Shyvana decides to jump scare us out of nowhere. But after we shortly and masterfully recover, we end up with another kill. After a little more fighting in the enemy river, we decide to go where we please. Now, this Zoe proves to be a valuable asset as she acts as my lethal support, landing me yet another kill against the Katarina. We try to circle around, and Zoe, again, proves to be a valuable asset as she lands me yet another kill under tower. She will be getting my honors after this match. With those two nuisances now out of the way, we are able to open mid lane. As I teleport halfway across the map to get yet another kill, this Ari decides to be a little show stealer and steal my kill. Despite that little setback, I proved to this Nami that I do not care about her presence as I barely decide to get tower with the minuscule damage I am performing. Just when Darius thought we were done, Kled ain't never done. After we get that kill out of the way, we go to open the rest of top lane and give Varus the Nami treatment. We attempt to go all in and strategically miss our Q again, just to show him that we mean business. The best pro challenger strat I have ever incorporated in some of my games is to plug my Twitch shamelessly into the match as I am winning to further destabilizing their morale. I ult in to try to satiate my bloodlust, but Yasuo stole the kill from me. No matter, I'll just target this Varus instead. I mean, one soul for another. I go and try to help my team, and I also eliminate the cat with ease. Since I'm having so much fun doing everyone's job for them, I decide to do my own thing, go back to my own lane, and delete these two yet again. I also managed to get the tower and inhibitor. This Darius approaches me as if he didn't get beat hard enough in lane. I quickly dispatch him and move on to attempt to get my penta. Shyvana will not allow me to do such a thing, but I do go after the Nami as punishment for her sins of cowardice. Here we do this really cool thing called limit testing, just to see how much damage I can truly do. I again try to do some more limit testing just to see how much damage I can do. I delete the Shyvana. Unfortunately, Nami had her flash and then she misses her ult completely. And then I go in for the cat and then she also teleports away. No one can stand to be in my presence for very long because if they did, they'd be deleted. After the tower is destroyed, I decide to finally go back in and attempt to delete some more people just to get my KDA up. And unfortunately, I couldn't get the Darius, but I did get the cat. And then I run back into their base, deleting the Varus. And it's GG. So this is my first ever video that I've ever edited and made and published, so hopefully y'all liked it a lot, and I hope to see you on the Rift, and eventually hopefully y'all can make it to my raft. Bye bye.